native planted pine trees look very similar to kind of northern parts of Canada and northern parts of Europe. So to get a beautiful view out here, and then we'll work our way back. We'll grab one more blanket and then we'll head up into the Skipper's Valley.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are. We're driving through Queenstown out here in New Zealand. And we're going to be climbing up into the mountains and get some real nice views from them. So stand by while we go in the store. I'm going to take you with me. Here we go.
Cycling down the road, and then we had to turn right, and it just completely melted their mind of how to move from this side of the road. Then you come into the middle of the lane with your arm out to indicate right. Do the green screening and to film some of the indoor shots, because during the day they would do some of the outdoor shots, but during the evening and the night time they would do some green screens scenes, and they used the hotel function room in there and various other ones around town. Alrighty, now we're going to start winding our way up this Coronet Peak Road. We're not going to go as far as the ski resorts, but just to give you a rough little explanation for the next little bit. So we are about to go onto New Zealand's most dangerous road. I want you to be aware of that before we go on it. So I want you to be understanding of what we're going to be doing today. In terms of safety, we have a GPS device, an InReach device, up the front fire extinguisher, in the back various other bits and bobs, but we're not going to need any of that today. We're going to go out, we're going to have a good time and, you know, make the most of it. There is going to be a little bit of snow on the ground, so I'll be driving to the conditions on the road, but at any point if you're not feeling comfortable, if you're not feeling safe, please do say so. I have a really simple no duck policy. I want everyone to come home safely. That's goal number one. But two, to also have a good time. And a big part of having a good time is being comfortable with what we're doing. You know, I want to push you a little bit. I want to push you at some stages. But the goal is not for you to sit there terrified for the whole trip. There are some sections that are pretty steep on the drop-offs of the road, and the road is not much wider than the width of the car. So particularly those sections, if you're not feeling comfortable, please do say, and I can you know, go a bit slower or whatever. How adventurous are we feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 10? 10? Okay, pretty adventurous, alright.
For now.
For now. We'll go for one of the fun ones then. So Coronet Peak Ski Field, opened in 1940s, up here to our right, just ducking into the cloud, but you might be able to make out some of the chair lifts sticking out from underneath. From pickup locations for the same group. And yeah, we were leaving and some were coming in and blah blah blah, and it was good fun though.
On this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's and that I have 500 gigs in there.
Oh wow. Another little rabbit.
Yeah.
It's actually quite rare to see a rabbit in here. Mostly they're hares, but both that we've seen today have been rabbits. Bumpity 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 boo. A little bit bumpy through this next section as well.
No.
Exactly. Not much of a garden, they're now slicing off a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher. And the going rate at the moment is about 2 million for the empty block of land. And I think they're up to about 6,000 sections across the whole base. So if you do 2 million in today's money times 6,000, yeah, that's a fair return on the old investment, hey? So quite wild. And then to the left of Queenstown Hill, the mountains on either side, the hills on either side kind of merge together a little bit. Pretty unstoppable force of the glacier was, and it divided it in two, and that's when half went down towards Kingston and continued gouging out and forming the lake over there, and the other half came through here and created the Whakatipu Basin. About 12,000 years ago was the last ice age, and that all melted, and we're looking across a gigantic lake. Pretty much the only thing that we would be able to see looking across 10,000 years ago is the very top of Queenstown Hill, the very top of Deer Park Heights and the small hill here, but pretty much everything else underwater, hundreds and hundreds of meters higher than the current lake level. And then there was a massive earthquake. And the earthquake... I'm a professional photographer.
It's kind of like the road is like when you're going to the cloud forest in Costa Rica, it's like that. And not as long, I think. No, it is very. Actually, I think it's
Alright, so here's our tour guide over here.
Kia ora!
Kia ora!
Kia ora, haere mai, nau mai, haere mai. Aotearoa, New Zealand, Māori Point, Tahuna, Queenstown. Kia ora!
That's right. That's still over there, so...
Oh my god!
Alrighty, if you want to come in, this is named after two young Māori boys who were working in Queenstown at the time, and they came for a bit of an expedition, they were on a walk, and gold had already been discovered by Thomas Arthur out in that direction, but they were the first people to find gold properly in the valley, and particularly on the other side of the river. A few men had come in and were dug on this side of the river, but nobody had actually crossed the river at that point. So they swam across the river, they had a dog with them. The dog chosen to not actually be in it, but to be guinea pigs. They just needed extra bodies the day before the actual people came in, and they needed bodies to complete the tasks and to complete the challenges.
That's actually a better photo right there because now you have the bridge right there. Yeah, you got
To
the
work
bottom
out
of
the then your average orange, this little berry just here, and so really fantastic for curing scurvy and stuff. Not sure how well that will.
No.
It was very rife for crime and lots of bar fights, lots of arguments, lots of alcoholism, lots of various other.
Bar fights.
You know, the really simple fact: if you found a gold nugget, you would not advertise that fact because all it would take is a little tap on the back of the head, and all of a sudden you do not have the golden nugget anymore.
It's in some other bloke's hand.
It's in somebody else's pocket. And the reality as well is that lots and lots of miners died trying to leave the valley by themselves at night under the cover of dark, and they would get lost. And lots of bodies found in the hills with pockets full of gold. And that was a very common reality, unfortunately. And during the massive storm in 1901, 1902, lots and lots of men perished because the water level rose so quickly and they were still mining in the gorge, and hundreds of men were washed away, lots and lots of machinery, and there are reports further downstream going into the Karuru and everything of bodies floating through for many days afterwards as they got washed downstream. Very, very sad.
You don't sound too sad telling the story. Woohoo! Right here. Yeah.
My kids that one.
Yeah, this is,
Good person.
yeah. All right, guys. So here we are. We're actually traveling through this. Yeah, it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And let me know when you line up the shot that you want on the right hand side of the bridge.
Yeah, probably almost same.
Yeah, man. You have to have a strong heart made of steel to be driving along these roads, guys. I'll post the information for the safari, and I'll also recommend the driver. And if you want to do private tours, I'll also give you a tour manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kia ora, na mihi nui e hoa.
Yeah.
That means good.
So, yeah.
Right on.
I'll post your WhatsApp number in it, the one that you have for work, Phil.
Nice.
Yeah, and they'll contact you. But this is a must-see, even though I am questioning my choices.
Even though it needs to change the countries when it gets back.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I need to go to the shower, get cleaned up. Yeah, just no. I just need to get back to the get off this dirt road and get. This is the perfect song where you'll sing. We'll be riding round the mountain when she comes.
She'll be,
She'll be riding round the mountain when she comes. She'll be riding round the mountain, riding round the mountain, coming around the mountain when she comes.
She'll be wearing 6 white diapers
when she comes. Oh yeah, she'll be wearing 6 white diapers when she comes.
Here she comes!
We'll be wearing 6 white diapers. She'll be wearing 6 white diapers. She'll be wearing 6 white diapers when she comes.
They'll be brown on the
brown ones
when she comes. She'll be wearing 6 brown ones when she's done. She'll be wearing 6 brown ones. She'll be wearing 6 brown ones. She'll be wearing 6 brown ones when she leaves. Woohoo! All right. So
just a little right
We're
there,
not
that's
going over
good.
the bridge, unfortunately.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay.
Jumping, and just here on our left is the old platform where people would jump off. This one about 83 meters high, dwarfed the 40 meter high one at the Karuru. And then they opened up the Nevis and the one on the gondola.
All right, so we're gonna be walking across this bridge right now. I'm gonna catch some footage for you, so let's record it. Oh, you're not gonna go in?
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so this is what happened in one of New Zealand's most dangerous roads. The most dangerous road in the world. Look, this is the edge of the mountain that we're driving on. This crash happened. Yeah, so it's really, really scary stuff. But it can also be very fun stuff, right? So as you guys can see here, we're literally driving around the mountain.
We have rock. Yeah. We have Lighthouse Rock.
Oh, you are
It is
kidding.
further than you think. 10 points to Gryffindor if you hit the rock. 50 points to Gryffindor if you land the rock on the rock.
Okay.
Only
On
one
the
shot, so
rock.
no picking up any more rocks after you've had your one shot.
Okay, good.
But it is further than you think.
You go for it.
I might want a heavier rock.
I lived in Queenstown in the 80s.
Oh, would have been a very different place back then.
Exactly, yeah. There were 8,000 people there.
How many are there now?
27.
Oh, wow.
And there was only about 19 about 4 years ago.
Wow. So they really. Oh my
It's
goodness. COVID.
gone crazy. But
Changed quite dramatically.
definitely changed a lot. Yeah.
Looks like they're doing the jet boating.
Nice to
Good.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful left and right. And when the jet boating goes, it whizzes through this canyon about 3-4 inches from the cliff edge.
So that's one of my favourites for dinner. Beautiful Asian, phantom balloons. Beautiful Asian fusion. Blue canoe, if you want to have like a Polynesian fusion. You won't really get Polynesian food anywhere else in the world apart from New Zealand, probably. Or Polynesian fusion, that is. But as you're walking around, what I would recommend is just walking around this afternoon. Look at all the menus out the front. There's over 200 restaurants.
So as you're walking around, just if you see something that takes your fancy, I would book. So go in and book as well. Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah, Walter Peak.
Town. I haven't actually.
Walter Peak Station.
Yeah.
Walter Peak.
Walter Peak Station, like the name Walter. W-A-L, Walter, however you say,
And you get the TSS Earnslaw over to it.
which is older than the Titanic.
Built
Same age,
in
really.
1912 in Dunedin,
Yeah.
I think, off the top of my head.
Yeah. And it's still coal powered, and you can see the people running it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's quite expensive though.
Is it?
It's very expensive. So, yeah, go over, but it's certainly an amazing meal.
Yeah, I haven't done the Earnslaw yet. The meal.